Hey guys, it's Carson here, back with another video, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you this small $50 drone that was sent to me by Eachine, or Eachine, I'm not 100% sure how to say the name, but it was sent to me, and this is not a sponsored video, but they sent this to me. Funny enough, they actually sent me a second one of the same drone, so I'm going to actually be giving away the second one because I don't need two. So if you'd like to win this, make sure to stay tuned until the end of the video so you can learn how to win it yourself. It'll be pretty simple. But so yeah, let's actually get into this box and see how well this drone actually works. Let's get to the unboxing. Alright, so let's check out what's actually inside this box. So first off, just the outside. It's pretty plain, doesn't have much on it, which is fine because I guess this is a $50 drone, so yeah. But actually getting into the box here, we'll find some extra propellers here, a charger I guess for the battery, and then an actual little pry tool here for the propellers, I'm guessing. Also in this box that I just threw aside, there is a mini drone, I guess this is how to use manual, I guess, and then an instruction manual. So that's also inside the box, but here itself you'll find a controller and then the actual drone itself. So this thing is really tiny. This is probably about the same size as the Spark. Yes, I have seen the Spark in person, and this is about the same exact size as the Spark, so that's pretty awesome. It's got some flip-out propellers, which is pretty awesome. So there you go, there's the entire drone itself there. Once the arms have been folded out, it is very small. And then lastly, in here you'll find a phone holder. So this drone actually has Wi-Fi, apparently, so has Wi-Fi built in, so you can put your phone on the controller after putting this mount on, which goes on there pretty easy. And this is pretty similar to some other drone company that I can think of. So considering there are 10 buttons on here, I'm actually going to go take a look at the instruction guide really quickly because I have no clue what any of these buttons do. They may be important. There's actually these on top, so there's actually 12 buttons, but just 10 here on the front. So I'm going to go take a look at the manual really quickly, and then we can actually go and check out how well this drone actually flies and how well it actually works, considering it's only $50. So yeah, I'll get back to you in a second. So the first thing actually in this user manual is actually all the buttons, which is great, but it's a bit Chinese to English translated there, so it's a little bit difficult to see, but basically all these buttons right here are for tuning the drone. So you know, like those old Air Hogs helicopters that you had to tune? Yeah, that's like that. And then this bottom button is for video. This one right here is a return button, I guess, for like return to home with like DJI. This one right here is for headless mode. And then this one right here is probably pretty important, a emergency stop button. And then this other one on the other side is actually a 360 flip button. So apparently this thing can do a flip in the air, which would be pretty cool to see how well that works in a little bit. But yeah, so that is the basics of this controller, and then obviously the power button right there. Now after saying all that, let's actually turn this on, see if I can get my phone connected, and then take off. Okay, so first here I obviously need to actually go and get the app. So it doesn't actually say what the app is called, so you gotta scan a QR code to get to it. I actually already have it here, so let's just open that up, and this is what it looks like. There's a play button, and then there's also like settings and like help, I guess, over here. So instructions. So I'm gonna go to the play section, but first I gotta go and connect to the Wi-Fi. So before showing you how to actually start this up, I really need to make sure I lower my standards here. Haha, haha. But really, because this is a $50 drone compared to my $500 drone that I've been flying for a while. So just know I am lowering my standards here just for this drone. So yeah, but anyways, to actually starting this up, first you want to go and turn on the controller. You'll hear this tone. There you go. And then you go and press and hold the drone power button. And the light, which is pretty hard to see right now in this light, will begin flashing green, and then it will change to solid green when it has actually connected to the controller. So after the drone's been turned on, you can just go into your Wi-Fi of your device and connect to the Wi-Fi of the drone, which is like Wi-Fi UFO, which is pretty strange. Then you can go back and open up that app once again, click on play, and now as you can see I'm actually connected here with the camera of the drone, which is a fixed camera. So on the actual drone, you're going to want to make sure you go and aim it wherever you want it. If you want it aiming down, you could do that, but considering you're probably not going to be getting very high, you may want to have it aimed forward like I do here. But anyways, now that that has been turned on, to actually get this to take off, I've read in the directions that you're able to go and pull the sticks to the center like you can with the DJI drone to take off, but I haven't actually been able to get that to function correctly. So in order for me to take off, I usually press this button right here, which is the left button, and it says up in the directions, and that gets it to start the motors. So you can either start this from in your hands or on the ground, but I'm just going to start it in my hands right now. So press the up button, and that turns it on. This drone is definitely no racing drone right here, but it is pretty fast for how small it is, considering the propellers are super tiny and the motors are too, so. Not sure if you just saw that, but it just like randomly flew away. So there definitely are some bugs with this thing. So I just use the emergency stop on the back here, which is the left button. It's kind of hard to press right now, but it is the left button right here, and that just shuts it off immediately, or pretty much immediately if something happens. So this thing has taken some tumbles now. Still appears to be fine. This thing can definitely take some crashes. So if you're getting into flying drones for maybe the first time, this thing will definitely take a lot of crashes if you're worried about that. It's super light, so really the only thing you got to be worried about is these propellers flying off. I have lost a couple propellers now because they just like come off when you crash sometimes, but luckily I haven't lost any here. But let's take off once again and let's see if we can actually get this to go and do that so-called 360 that it says that it can do. And then after that, then you can see a little bit of the camera quality off of this thing. Just saying now, it's probably like 480p or worse. This camera is not the greatest, so if you're wanting to get this just to like record things from the sky with it, just saying now, don't be expecting any great quality, but let's see now if we can actually get it to go and do that 360 flip. So here's some of the camera quality out of this thing. Here's my tripod, and here's me. This is what the camera looks like. There's no audio out of this thing. I'm syncing this up later with a microphone. But let's stop this recording and get back to my main camera because 4K looks much better. And just crashed it once again. Okay, so this thing, let me just say now that the controls of this thing are definitely not as responsive as I would like. They are much less responsive than the DJI controls, but I mean, it's $50, so it's not that bad. But I've been trying to get this, then it can actually hover in a single place, but I think it's mostly because of the slight breeze around me that it's not actually staying, and it keeps drifting. It's really weird, but now let's see if we can actually do that 360 flip, because hopefully you can do that at least. So in order to do a flip with this thing, the directions say that you have to take it up at least 3 meters, and then you press the 360 button, and then you move the direction joystick, which is the right joystick, in order to get it to move. So let's take off and see if we're able to do a flip. So something that's a bit annoying is that every single time that I go and turn this thing off, I'm not sure if I'm doing something wrong, but like, you can see on the app clearly that this thing is on right now, and controller's on. Sometimes the controller just doesn't work. Like, I'm pressing the up button right now, and it's not working. I just got done charging this for over an hour just to get the battery up to the full charge. So for some reason it doesn't want to take off, which is really weird. No matter how many times I go and turn this thing off, turn it back on, it does not go and take off. Alright, you know what? I'm not sure if I included the last clip where I was ranting about this not doing a 360 flip, but guess what I just figured out how to do? 360 flip! So the trick to this is to get it way up in the air, like probably 50 feet ish up in the air. So once you've gotten there, you just press the 360 flip button, and then toggle the direction. Would you look at that? It just did a 360 flip. There we go, here's another one. Would you look at that? So cool. One thing I have to do, I'm up pretty high right now. Let's just test out the emergency shutoff. And yeah, it fell to the ground, but let's go check how it fared in that crash. It is fine. That's awesome. So in the end, there are a couple more things that I didn't mention in this video. Like, you can actually control this thing with your phone, like through the app, which is pretty cool, but it isn't that responsive. And considering you have this remote controller, definitely use the remote controller. Don't try using the app. You're probably not gonna have much luck with that. But you can definitely still use the app for viewing the camera and pressing record, taking photos and everything. So that's awesome. And also, I did show earlier on folding this, but like, this thing is actually awesome how small that it can fold down to. It's so small that you can just fit it in your pocket, and it just works really well when actually folding it down. And getting it back up to full size actually doesn't take too long. Like, it's really simple. And it stays in place. So anyways guys, that's pretty much it for this video on this small little drone. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys would like to check this out, I mean, it's $50, and if you just want a fun little toy drone, this works well inside too, then purchase it from down below. But if you'd like to actually win this second drone that I received, entering the giveaway is pretty simple. First off, just make sure you're subscribed to this channel, and then also leave a comment down below. It can be random, can be anything, and then I'm going to be choosing a random comment on September 1st of 2017. So once I choose that comment, I'm going to be announcing who actually won the drone on Instagram and Twitter, so go follow me on both of those, or either one works. And then as soon as I've chose the winner, I'll get into contact with you then. So yeah, that's how simple it is to enter this giveaway. But so anyways guys, that's pretty much it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. If you'd like to see future videos from me, click that subscribe button down below. And if you'd like to see my last video, that should be up there, and some random videos should be down there. So yeah guys, that is it for this video. See you guys in the next one. Peace. Much better.